Welcome back to Afternoon Express. We're kicking off our post-Easter sugar rush right here. Let me just tell you, it is a small miracle that there are any marshmallows left between the two of us during the commercial breaks.
It's impossible.
Okay, what is the first step to making a delicious fudge?
This is the easiest fudge in the whole world. It basically involves taking half the ingredients, melting them in a pot, taking the other half of the ingredients, melting those into the pot, and then setting it. And then really concentrating on the eating part.
This sounds like something for me.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it all starts with a pot. We're going to put it on the stove. I'm going to put my butter in here.
How much butter is there? Like a little
Just a knob of butter.
Okay.
Then we're going to pour in our sugar, some milk powder. I've added a shot of milk just to wet the ingredients so that they melt together nicely. And you're just going to melt those together on the stove. What I've done is I've put it on a medium heat, stir it all together, and you're going to keep just stirring it until your ingredients have all melted together.
Okay, but it seems to be moving quite quickly.
It really does. The butter helps, and also wetting the mixture with the milk.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep giving this a little stir.
Yeah.
And then over here, I've got some chocolate. Today I'm using milk chocolate. You can use white chocolate, dark chocolate, whatever kind of chocolate fits your fancy.
Does that go in?
Our speckled eggs and our marshmallows. So once this is melted together, you're going to stop stirring and you're going to let it boil for 4 to 5 minutes. So just leave it on the stove. Don't stir, otherwise your sugar's going to get all crystallizey. So what I've done is I've actually gone ahead and fast-forwarded a pot for us.
That's amazing. That just means another batch for a little bit later.
So you can see
so
over
that
here,
comes with that.
Exactly, and it'll turn a lovely golden brown colour. So now that this is nice and warm, it's boiled for 5 minutes. You're going to chuck my marshmallows in for me, please.
All of them?
Or the whole lot. Maybe keep 1 or 2 just in case we need those later.
Just for us.
Exactly. You never know.
Saved one for
Emergency. You can also throw in my chocolate and my vanilla essence, please. I'm just going to try not to set myself on fire here.
Okay.
Chuck it in.
No, don't burn yourself. Safety first in the kitchen, and then the chocolate as well.
Chuck it in.
Look how that marshmallow is melting. This is
like we should
heaven
get
for
this
me
on
in the
camera.
kitchen.
I'm going to swap. Am I on fire? No, I'm not.
Oh.
So you're basically just going to
that.
melt everything together into a nice, mushy
I'm licking that
mess.
spoon. Oh,
And I mean, it
today
goes
is just the
together
best.
pretty easily.
That is absolutely
Man,
delicious.
it's good.
You know, as a little kid, what I used to do is actually take marshmallows, put them in a bowl, and put them in the microwave, and then mush them up. And then eventually it would go hard around my spoon, and that would be dessert. Best trick ever. You'll thank me later.
So you can see here, all the marshmallows, chocolate, and vanilla essence are in there. Now I'm going to ask you to pour just 1/3 of the speckled eggs in, just so you have some. When you cut the fudge, it's like in the inside.
With absolute pleasure.
I mean, how easy is this
See how
fudge?
little I'm
It's
throwing.
almost dangerous to be so easy, because then you can make it quick. Whoa, we need some for that top.
Oh.
Okay, so now that that's all folded together, we're going to move over that side.
Okay.
I'm going to hold the pot and you're going to scoop in.
With absolute pleasure.
Just please don't burn yourself. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing about fudge, is it is extremely hot. So just, I mean, look at that.
I'm basically having the best day of my life.
I know. It's actually good that it's so hot, because then you can't like lick it straight out of the bowl, because I mean, once you start,
I'll give it a try. Okay, I'm trying to get all of it because
I know.
Oh, and now the eggs are starting to melt.
Exactly. It's like really, there's nothing bad about this fudge. Right.
Well.
So now that's in the pan. You can just spread
you've
it out
left enough
nicely
in the
for
bowl
me.
for me to lick in the commercial break.
And once that is spread out, very simple. I mean, you can see how uncomplicated this is. Speckled eggs over the top. The fudge goes straight into the fridge, and while it's setting, you can get to work on that spatula, and I can maybe move it on the pot.
Lexi, you are amazing.
It's really that easy.
This is absolutely
It's so
fantastic,
decadent.
absolutely glorious. Remember, for this very, very easy, very tasty fudge recipe, all you need to do is visit afternoonexpress.co.za. Right now, though, over to Bonnie and Questa. Anyway, we are in the kitchen making something so ridiculously good. I have a little confession to make, and I tasted this. during
Yeah,
the commercial break.
you can
I had
see.
this. But it is absolutely delicious. Do yourself a favor, afternoonexpress.co.za, because this is going to be the treat of the year, I
Man,
think.
it's too good.
Okay, so we set it in the fridge.
Yes, we've done
For how long?
another time machine. So
Yeah.
we just put it in the fridge for about 2 hours or until it's firm. I mean, you'll know it's not warm anymore. The fudge does have, you can see here, it's quite a soft fudge.
Yeah.
If soft fudge is not your vibe, add more chocolate. But for me, part of the luxury of this fudge is how it just like melts in your mouth.
Yeah,
And it's,
but something I noticed about this fudge, usually fudge can be quite dry and
Yes.
quite kind of dusty. This was incredibly moist and juicy.
It's the marshmallows and that milk powder and
Oh.
it's, oh man. Yeah, so you can go harder, but for me, I'd prefer to err on the softer side because it
Yeah.
just gives it that melty, just outrageous vibe to it, which is...
Now, I'm a slab girl, but I mean, I can't exactly serve it like this.
No.
So what are we going to do?
Sharp knife. What I'm actually going to do is just peel off this back layer. I mean, you can see it's pretty soft, but...
Yeah.
So
It's
just...
quite toffee-ish.
I know.
So good.
It's
Literally,
so
this is the best
delicious.
thing I think I've ever
I
made.
know.
I've made on Afternoon
Claim it,
Express.
claim it, just do it. Right.
Do you know I always do that when I go home after the show? I'm like, oh, I've been in the kitchen all day. I made this and this and this on the show.
The best thing I would suggest is keep it in a slab in the tray because,
Okay.
as you can see, it doesn't behave very well.
No.
But
But
I
today
mean,
we can cut all of this because
yes,
everyone
we
in here is
can.
going to be eating it
I mean,
today,
I
that's
don't
for
see
sure.
this slab lasting
No.
the next kind of 5 minutes. So,
Exactly.
yeah, you can cut it up with a knife. What you could also do for Easter is cut it out with a cookie cutter in a little Easter shape.
Oh,
But
fantastic.
then you end up with wastage, which you're going to have to eat because it's the right thing to do.
Brilliant. Lexi, thank you so much for making this absolutely delicious treat. Now, we're excited to announce that our very own resident chef, Clem Pedro, is teaming up with Espresso Morning Show's Zola Nene in an exciting collaboration, and you get to take part. If you want to know more, take a look at this absolutely adorable video.
I'm Zola and he's Clem.
She's Zola and I'm Clem,
I'm really sweet.
and I'm her salty friend.
We're both hardworking chefs.
Making dishes that impress.
I'm Zola
And
and
I'm Clem, 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 Clem.
stop being greedy. At Selati Bootcamp we'll meet.
We will make delicious treats.
So tasty you want to tweet.
A hit, it's salty sweet.
Like us.
The fun isn't over yet.
You're in luck if you get your ticket.
As I copy of Zola's book,
That's me.
it's a lucky to help you cook.
At Selati Bootcamp
Don't forget to book.
with Zola and
With Clem, 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 Clem.
you're doing it again, Clem. Express yourself.
How you doing, YouTube fam? Thank you so much for watching, sharing and commenting. We love hearing from you, so be sure to keep up to date with all things Afternoon Express by clicking the subscribe button right here.